This is a HeadGum podcast.
Hello and welcome to The Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
And I'm Tim.
How are you doing this week, Tim?
Tom, I'm relaxed.
Yeah, it's a lovely Sunday we're recording. We got to record early because we got to... You might be saying, I'm listening to it on a Sunday, but this is the Sunday before then.
Yeah, you idiot.
Yeah. So...
before you scream back at the podcast,
Yeah.
why don't you let Tom finish its explanation of when
Thank
exactly
you, Tim.
we're recording
Finally,
this.
you stand up for me against the listener. That's
Yeah.
all I've been asking.
Exactly. Normally, listeners write in about like what a buffoon you are.
Yeah, and you just agree with them.
Yeah, and I'm just like, send more
Yeah,
detail
you're like,
about
boy,
this.
Boy,
I'll
howdy, you
forward
don't
it-
know the half of it.
Forward it to Tom and his whole family.
Yeah.
I send out a weekly digest of all your hate mail to your family. I've asked them not to tell you about it.
Well, they haven't. Either that or they were not checking their email accounts.
Yeah.
It might be that. You might not have the right email addresses.
My parents still use their AOL account.
Good. Well, now I know where to send all of your hate mail.
Yeah. Good luck finding it.
The address?
No, the hate mail.
Oh, the hate mail.
All
I'll
I
just
get
make
is
it up.
love mail.
Love letters, not love mail.
Love mail.
Yeah, it's a beautiful Sunday. Very nice. And here we are inside.
Yeah, it sucks. It's like the nicest day of the year. This is what we do.
Yeah, I'll close
For
that
you,
window to
the listeners
stop,
we hate.
to stop distracting you. I'll close all these windows. Get real dark in here.
Tom's just kidding. We love the listeners. Tom, I wish you
I
wouldn't
didn't say that.
Say bad things. Yeah, we're recording this early.
And often.
Well, in this case, we do record often.
Yeah, once a week.
Recording this early, we're headed to the UK. You might have just saw us in the
Yeah,
UK.
you might be.
You might have been like, what are these guys? How
Still
did these
bowled
wizards
over.
do this?
Yeah, or you might be still clutching your sides from
Yeah.
how much you laughed.
So if anything, like,
But hopefully it's not like you laughed a lot because like one of our pants fell down on stage.
I'll take that
Yeah,
laugh.
I'll take it, I guess.
Yeah. Everybody's like, look at their wieners.
So in your situation, both of our pants fell down and our underwear too.
Yeah. Oh, you wear underwear?
Yeah, I do, Tim, because we have a underwear sponsor.
That was last week. I wore underwear last week.
Right.
This week, if we don't have a sponsor that week,
Yeah.
I go without whatever product that is.
Right.
We haven't had Blue Apron on in a few weeks. I haven't eaten in a month, Tom.
Oh wow. Yeah.
This is why I'm so emaciated.
You were telling me you're real fat now.
Yeah, because I've been drinking a lot.
Oh, to make up for
Yeah.
the lack of food.
Yeah, I am fat, and I don't like it. I got I got fat. So I'm drinking wine instead of beer now.
Yeah.
Some might say, why don't you stop drinking alcohol at all?
Yeah. And what would you say to them?
It's a beautiful, crisp fall day. What am I supposed to do?
Not drink?
Yeah, come on.
It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. I'm in my friend's apartment. Am I not going to
It's
drink?
a Sunday fun day, Tom. That's
Yeah.
what they call it.
It's true. We both have gotten fat. I mean, I haven't noticed you getting fat.
I haven't noticed you getting fat either,
Yeah.
but like you can
But
tell,
we-
we don't walk around. We don't go to the freaking like sauna together.
Right. Well, I think also we see each other often.
Yeah.
So in the same way, getting fat snuck up on each of us individually,
Yeah.
snuck up on each other too.
The day before I got
And probably when we go places, people are like, Jesus Christ, look at fucking Tubby and Tubby too.
yeah, it's very
They can't
clever
even-
names they've
yeah,
come
and
up
they
with.
can't
for us,
even
too.
come up with better names.
Yeah. The day before my wedding, which is the worst time to be your fattest.
Right. You probably couldn't fit into your dress.
Yeah, I went to like get a bagel, which is also part of the problem, Tom, for breakfast.
So wait, the day before your wedding, you're worried that you're fat, and you're like, "Yeah, let me go get a bagel."
Well, what am I supposed to do? Well, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds the day before
Yeah,
my
hop
wedding.
on the treadmill, Tim. Do it like you're trying to make
But
weight
you ever
for
like
wrestling meet.
you walk around and you feel like the weight on you, like, oh no, this is what like
Yeah.
this is what dangerously. Yeah, it's fine. Look, everybody's got to do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just like, oh, this is like an uncomfortable, an unhealthy amount of of lard on your
Yeah.
boy Tim, and I was like,
Well, where are you up to now? 6.25?
yeah, stone.
You don't know what that means.
No,
That
I
could mean
don't.
even more weight.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. We got a lot to cover.
we got a lot to cover. And, what do fat guys like? They like watching TV shows.
Yeah, I mean, fat guys, skinny guys.
But only
Dull
guys.
guys.
Only men.
Yeah.
TV's for men.
No, well, housewives
TV
watch
is.
soap
Spike
operas
TV is just for men.
Yeah.
You're right. Housewives watch soap operas.
and game shows.
And game shows.
Yeah, the ones they like the best are the ones where you guess the prices of household
Right.
cleaners
Because
and
then
stuff.
it's, the topics that housewives are good at.
Can I just say something?
Sure.
If my mother's listening,
Uh-huh.
when I was a kid, I watched the game show The Price is Right all the time. My babysitter gave us 1 hour of TV to watch a day. Everybody else chose Sesame Street. You'd
Right.
think I'd choose Sesame Street. No,
Yeah.
Price is Right. And my mom always tells this story because it's a charming story. We can all agree. But then she's always like, she's like, and then, when he came home and we were like giving him dinner, he'd like point to the paper towels and be like, paper towels, 79 cents a roll. And it's like, that,
Uh-huh.
mom, is a lie. I didn't care about the prices.
Right.
They had all like there were like sparkly doors that they'd
Yeah,
open. There was a
Pinto
mountain
and-
man.
yeah.
There was bright colors and lights
Yeah,
and like
that's
all
what
sorts
kids
of
like about,
There was a big wheel that you spun.
The Price is Right.
Yeah.
The production design on the games.
Yeah, I didn't give a shit about the prices. And
I
then
used
here's
to
my
hate that
mom
part.
going out on a freaking speaking tour, pretty much, telling everybody about how all I cared about were grocery prices when I
Yeah.
was a kid. I still can't go grocery shopping for I don't know what anything's.
Well, at the grocery store, Tim, they put stickers on that tell you the price. You don't have to guess.
I'm
there.
more out of touch than George H.W. Bush at the supermarket. Freaking amazed at the scanners, thinking
Right.
that a gallon of milk costs $18.50.
Right. And you thought you still have to guess the price at the supermarket before they'll let you buy something.
Yeah, and I was like, this is a shitty production design. I like the conveyor belt.
Yeah.
But get some bells and whistles there.
You know what I realized when I was upstate for your wedding, for your nuptials?
Yeah, I was there.
Uh,
Of course, if you can remember it, you weren't really there, man.
what? No, I get it. I mean,
We were near Woodstock.
Yeah.
It was a double meaning.
Yeah, man. We
There's
all
part of
got
it for
a
you.
contact high from being near Woodstock, man.
Yeah.
Still
50
going.
years later, man. Yeah.
No, I went to a Walmart the one night,
Cooler than Woodstock, I'd say.
the original Woodstock,
Yeah.
and I think I know this is like the case outside of, not even outside of cities, just outside of New York City, but I'm still like so amazed when I see it along the George H.W. Bush line is a self-checkout.
Yeah.
And that's like just the norm. And like literally I got like I was getting snacks at Walmart
Nice.
because of staying in a hotel for a couple of nights. It was like hey, let's go get snacks. Let's get I got a poncho just in case it rained.
Nice. Good work.
Thought of everything.
You
but-
could have packed a raincoat, Tom.
No.
You could have packed. I'm looking right now. A pile of ponchos in the corner. You could have brought one of those with you.
Those aren't for rain. Those
Oh.
are for something else.
Okay. No further questions.
But literally I had all this stuff, and when I got up to like the cash registers, I went to my internally, oh man,
You said what to your intern?
oh man, now I gotta check out. And then there were self-checkouts. I was like, oh great.
You know
I
what?
don't know why I got so excited about it. And whenever I do the self-checkout, I always screw something up and somebody has to come over anyway.
Yeah, that's what sucks about it. There's
Yeah.
nothing that makes me feel more like an inept old man than a self checkout, because it's gone off without a hitch like one time, and it's never like, when I say without a hitch, it's without somebody coming over and being
Right,
like,
yeah.
"What you idiot. And then
You
like,
might still have to try multiple times to get something to scan, but you're not considering that a hitch.
No, that's not even the thing. Like, that's natural. I see that happen to checkout pros all the time.
Exactly. If it can happen to them, it's going to happen to you.
Look, I'm not going to say I'm not walking into a self checkout being like, I'm going to do this better than somebody who does it for a living.
Right.
But you know how like after you put it in, after you scan it, you have to put it in a bag on the thing, and it has to know that item's in there.
Yeah, it's like sensing the weight.
Yeah, but it's also like, I don't know, if I'm buying one or two things, like normally I don't even want a bag, and then so it's like I scan it and I just want to hold it in my hand and then make my payment and leave. Mm-hmm. But then like a man has to come over and be like, "Why didn't you put the thing on the thing?"
Put it down, sir.
Yeah. Look.
Well, why can't you just put something down for 2 seconds?
Because it's mine. I just scanned it. I bought it. It's mine.
You haven't
Get
bought
away,
it,
you
so
old
you paid for
creep.
it.
Stop lurking at me, looking at what I'm buying.
Here's what I don't like. I get, we got to weigh the stuff, so we have like at least approximately what you're scanning is what this is. So, you can't, swipe a TV or whatever and just put the barcode of a candy bar. It's going to be like, hey, there's.
But why don't you just keep like it's backwards? Because it's not like swipe the candy bar to prove that you bought a candy bar, right? Like. Then you wouldn't swipe a candy bar and then put the TV in the bag. They're asking you to prove a negative.
Right. It's all very confusing. When I had a problem, so my problem there was like something scanned twice, and it won't let you remove it.
Yeah.
A person has to come over.
Yeah, one of the Waltons, family of the Waltons.
And that I don't understand. Like, why can't I just remove it off of there and just pretend like I didn't scan it? Like, if I could steal something by not scanning it. I don't understand what the scam could be of me scanning things then deleting them. I think the idea is whether they're doing it or not, they want you to believe that like every single move is being watched.
And that's to some extent true.
I think probably like not close to the extent that you assume.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I think it's probably just not worth it. But if they can put enough things in there where they're like ah.
Yeah, you think like we don't ever want you to be comfortable. Thanks, Walton family. Let's go piss on Sam Walton's grave.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's just Walmart that did this. I think Sam Walton was long dead by the time this technology even came about.
All right. Sorry, I retract that. Sam Walton was a great man who never ruined my checkout experience.
Yeah, don't piss on his grave.
Well, maybe piss on his grave.
Now that we're done with the segment where you say whose grave everybody should piss on for the week.
Who was it last week? Walt Disney?
Probably.
Yeah.
Let's talk about TV shows.
And before that, who was it?
Before that, it was Charles Manson, who's alive.
Yeah.
That was like a preemptive one.
I was hoping that between the time that we recorded and that it was released, Charles Manson would be maybe murdered in prison with a mop, Dahmer style.
Nah. He's got like another cult going on in there.
Yeah.
Tim, I really wish you wouldn't wish ill on Chuck Manson. It's very unbecoming.
Yeah, it's true. He's fine. No, I didn't want it for like I don't care if a man lives or dies. That guy,
right.
Like whatever. He's gonna live or he's gonna die. But I wanted the grave pissing recommendation to, be accurate.
Right. Yeah.
It wasn't, and for that I apologize.
Well, I mean, there's nothing more disappointing than going to a cemetery to piss on somebody's grave and finding out they're still alive.
Yeah. But sometimes you can, people buy a plot next to a loved one, so you can find. But he had a complicated family life. I doubt.
Yeah.
It's tough,
especially if you, you were like drinking a bunch of coffee before you got to the cemetery or something, and in anticipation,
I gotta piss on someone's grave.
You're like, oh God, yeah. Who's the worst person?
Yeah.
Excuse me, grave digger. Who's the worst person in the cemetery?
Yeah.
Are there any war criminals here? And they rarely ever know.
No, the Gravediggers, you would think they'd be way more up on it, but they're just like, I'm here to do one job, buddy.
Dig a grave.
Dig a grave. I'm not here to pass judgment. Most of them are pretty zen about it. They're like, who am I to say? The Lord makes fools of us all. Is that a phrase?
Sure. Grave diggers probably piss on a lot of graves.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
You think you're gonna walk all the way to the gate where that bathroom is and unlock it?
Right after you dug a big hole that's
you're
fine
probably
to piss in?
drinking water and Gatorade to stay hydrated.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, I think a lot of them drink booze.
Oh, booze. Oh,
Yeah.
then that's even worse.
Yeah. Well, Tim, it's almost the new...
That's why I never want to be buried. I want to be buried
You're
in
not
some...
going to be shot into space.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to... I'll be damned if I'm going to be lowered into some gravedigger's toilet.
Right. Just throw me out in the trash.
Throw me out in the trash.
put me
It's fine. It's what we all deserve.
One last dump truck ride for the road.
Oh, man, I've always wanted to ride in the garbage truck.
Yeah.
And I've always been curious how the truck works when it smashes the garbage.
Right.
Get a first-hand look at it.
So in your imagining of this, you're dead, but you have consciousness still.
No, maybe that's
so it's
how
like
I
another,
died. Maybe that's how I died. So.
So you just want it like perfectly timed of like, well, if it's towards the end, you know what? Instead of hospice, I would prefer to be put in a garbage truck.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah. I have a feeling that would be like one of the times where it's like, there's too much garbage in there. We're gonna have to run it again. It didn't kill Tim. It's only
Well, then I get to see it
mangled
twice.
him.
Yeah.
It's true. All right.
Did
Tim,
anything that I missed the first time, I'd be like, oh, man, like that was cool. But, oh, cool, we're going around again.
Well, it's almost a fall TV season. Tim, time for all the new television shows.
It's our annual TCGTE fall TV preview. Tom?
We don't have the Entertainment Weekly. It hasn't arrived yet.
Yeah, which is absurd.
Yeah.
We are recording this
In the fall.
in the fall. Some of these shows have premiered already,
Yeah.
Tom.
And I don't know, hide her hair of them.
Yeah, so we're using TV Guide, which is actually pretty good. It's a guide. I'm not sure if you know about this, Tom.
Uh-huh.
It's a guide that pretty much tells you what's on any time of the day.
It's a book
on
about
any channel.
television that they put out every week, a new book.
I'm excited about it. I got myself a subscription. I suggest you get you and your loved ones subscriptions as well. How the hell else you get to know what's on TV is what they say.
There's so this is all the new TV shows, and by TV Guide's count, 86 new TV shows.
No,
this fall.
that's not true, Tom.
What?
If you scroll through in the gallery, they have like multiple pictures of some of the
Oh,
shows.
nice.
Yeah, but these are in perfect
Even better.
alphabetical order, which is great because if above all we pride ourselves on organization on this show.
Organization and completeness.
Yes. You want to go for the first one? The
first
new
one.
show of the fall television season, 2017.
911.
9/11.
Well, no, it's not 9/11, Tim. It's 911.
This is not the movie starring Charlie Sheen and Whoopi Goldberg.
No, I don't. I think it comes out this Friday.
No, it's out already, my
Oh.
friend. I'm sure it's doing a booming box office because that's what people want to see.
Yeah, finally.
Imagine a 9/11 movie starring Charlie Sheen came out 5 years ago at the height of his like
The craziness,
everybody
yeah.
gave a shit about what Charlie Sheen was doing. Mm-hmm. Man, that ended quick. I thought that would end in Charlie Sheen's death.
No. I mean, it ended pretty much in the revelation that he has AIDS.
Yeah, which is sad.
Yeah. I think that...
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, this isn't fun anymore.
Yeah, I think everybody was kind of like, oh, yeah, no, this is like, this guy's dealing with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I get why he's like acting crazy.
I mean, look, I get why anybody acts out in the press.
Yeah.
But I blame us, the American people, for paying attention and eventually voting for those people for higher office.
Yeah. And that's how Charlie Sheen...
Became president of the United States.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
911 starring Angela Bassett. Be careful when you want to watch this TV show that you don't put the show into your telephone by accident.
Yeah, then you'll get arrested.
Yeah, you want to put it into your TV, but the TVs, most of them aren't set up for, because they just have a number pad. Most of them, they didn't anticipate a show that the name of the show would be all numbers. So those numbers on the number pad, they control the channel, not the TV show.
Are you explaining this to grandmas right now?
Don't put it into that's what the show mostly is. Don't put the show into the remote either. You can try it, fine. There's nothing bad's going to happen, but the show you want to watch isn't going to come on.
I don't want anybody to get too excited about this because this is a mid-season show.
Oh yeah, so it's not even coming this fall, maybe.
Yeah, or maybe it is. Who knows? But what we do know is Angela Bassett's there.
Yeah.
She's the original.
Stella got her groove back.
Yeah, and it's a drama that revolves around the lives of 911 operaters as they respond to emergency calls.
Wow. So it's an ensemble.
Yeah, I'd say it's a fairly large ensemble. Now it's just telephone operators. How can I connect you?
Right, a lot of background actors, and then you might say to yourself, "Well, I guess that's all the shows to begin with 9." But
nope.
No, you'd be so wrong.
Yeah,
because then the next show.
Did we tell people that they could find that on Fox?
Yes.
And if it's on at 9:30, if it's on at 9 and it's an hour long, afterwards you can get a nice PSA where they say, "It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?" And if you don't, you just call 911 and Angela Bassett answers.
Well, I was going to say you can find the show by tuning into Fox or dialing 911 on your phone. So the next show, 9JKL.
9? Just kidding.
Laughs. So already I'm in.
Yeah. I'm laughing already, Tom.
Yeah.
Which
kind of sounds like in the old days when phone numbers were Klondike 5.
Yeah. Why was that?
It was just 555.
Yeah, so it wasn't really a phone number, right? That was always for TV?
Yeah.
Okay. This one's about a guy that looks like Zach Braff, but guess what? He's not.
And that's what the show's about?
Yeah, he's Mark Feuerstein.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of looks like Bradley Cooper, too, right? He looks like a mix between Bradley Cooper and Zach Braff.
Bradley Braff.
Brad Braff. He was in Wet Hot American Summer, Tom.
Bradley Cooper? Yeah.
And Mark Feuerstein. This is him in an apartment with Elliot Gould, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Linda Lavin. David Walton. Sorry, David, I asked everybody to piss on your father's grave earlier. Liza Lapira.
Tim, you can save those apologies for the end of the show like normal.
All right. This was a family comedy, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
It inspired a time in Mark Feuerstein's adult life when he lived in apartment 9K in the building he grew up in, sandwiched between his parents' apartment, 9J, and his brother, sister-in-law in their baby's apartment, 9L, and his attempts to set boundaries with his intrusive but well-meaning family. It's a Raymond situation.
A pure Raymond situation here.
Raymond in an apartment building, they say.
Yeah. This is actually like a real throwback to sitcoms, I feel like.
Well, it's on CBS.
Oh, there you go.
And from this picture, it's got... Oh, it stopped. It had Elliot Gould in his underpants.
I saw that. I saved that as my background.
Yeah. Hey, why not?
I've been on the lookout for a picture of Elliot Gould in his underpants for years.
What the hell is going on with this TVGuide.com website?
Well, Tim, look, they make TV and books. They don't make websites.
True. Yeah.
It's not TVWebsite.com.
My gosh, this thing is going haywire.
I'll take the next show then. Alex Inc. Incorporated.
Alex Inc. Incorporated.
And this one actually has Zach Braff.
Yeah.
They
Hopefully
went
the next
all
one
out.
has Bradley Cooper.
Right. This one has Zach Braff and Christopher from The Sopranos.
Christopher. Remember? Okay. This is a show about a podcast.
Yeah.
Based on a podcast. 4 podcasts.
It's a lot of podcasting going on, and we're not involved in it.
No.
And at any step of the way, did Zach Braff
Yeah, Zad Braff.
come around and say, hey, maybe you do a podcast. Maybe you'd like to know about it. Maybe you'd like to offer some input.
Yeah, no, they didn't care. They didn't give
Swear
a
to
care what
God.
old Tim and Tom had to say.
If this TV show, if they talk about pissing on people's graves every week, then I'm really going to be
I imagine that's most of network TV. That's most of ABC's
most
lineup.
podcasts.
Yeah. Based on the podcast Startup, this comedy follows Alex Schumann, an inquisitive journalist, husband, and father who dives headfirst into the brave new world of entrepreneurship when he quits his stable job and starts his own business. And apparently, Christopher from The Sopranos is there. Michael Imperioli.
And he plays a local mafioso.
Probably. Remember when we saw him on a panel for his show Life on Mars?
Yeah.
And people there were acting like Michael Imperioli was the most...
Was
look,
Bobby De Niro.
yeah, I feel I recognize, like, yeah, I'm not good at...
recognize he is also an Italian actor who often plays mob guys.
Do you get this? I don't understand when somebody's a good actor based on... as opposed to when they're a bad actor. I know when someone's a really bad actor.
Right.
But otherwise, when people are like, oh, like, whenever I see Daniel Day-Lewis in a movie, I'm like, yeah, it was really good. He, like, that seemed like a guy.
He's
That seemed like a guy with a mustache.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
7 years ago.
But then they'll show, like, or, like, they'll be like, Christian Bale's really good in this one movie, but he's really bad in this other movie. And it's like, I don't know. It just seemed like the same
if
guy.
he lost or gained a lot of weight, then he was very good in it.
Yeah. So anyway, everybody was treating Michael Imperioli like they changed his life, like he changed their lives.
You know what? Michael Imperioli is one of these guys that, and you know, there's a bunch of these guys, and I think this is kind of what you're talking about. It's hard to put your finger on that. There are some people, and I would include what's his name in this, the kid from Breaking Bad, the young guy,
R.J. Mitty.
not the kid, the young of the,
the guy that says the B word all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
where it's like,
Jesse Pinkman, played by the guy that I just unfollowed on Instagram because all he ever does is post photos of his wife, and he's like, "Yo, check out my wife. She's hot, right?
yeah." And you find,
Yo,
that,
you guys think I'm hot? My wife's hot, right?
you find that disrespectful now that you're married.
Exactly. Can't be looking at I can't
Other
covet
man's
another
wife.
man's wife.
Yeah. And that's exactly what he's asking you to do.
Yeah,
Look at my
stars,
wife.
yeah.
Don't you covet her?
That's what he's always overtly asking.
I think he falls into the same camp as Michael Imperioli, where most of his fantastic casting.
Yeah.
And like both of these guys are fantastic in their shows that made them famous. But like when they're in other things, you're like, oh, okay. You're not like versatile. You're very good at certain things, but yeah, you're not a Tom Hanks.
The way that like as soon as Sopranos ended, he like let his hair go gray, grew it out to that like stage actor's like kind of greasy curly.
Yeah, like look, I'm an actor.
Yeah, he's always wearing what he's wearing in this picture, which is a sport coat with a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Which
often,
I get too, because like you don't want like people to associate you with a character like Christopher.
yeah, I feel like this is what he does all the time. That that he's often pointed out where somebody's like, and also we have of course Michael Imperioli here, and he does that thing where he like
What do you mean?
puts his hands together,
Oh, okay.
puts them up to his mouth, and like bows, like
Yeah.
and bows like. Yeah, you know, like that kind of actor thing.
Yeah.
It's like, God, he's like, I have gravitas, and this is what I'll do to kind of like bless the situation and thank you all for
respect back
Yeah.
for the immense respect I've been given.
Alex Inc. 5 out of 5 stars,
Yeah.
starring Zach Braff. God damn it, this
As
TV
himself.
is the Ink Master.
Well, I'll do the next show then, Tim, because it's a show I'm excited about. Black Lightning. Do you know
What's
about Black Lightning?
I do not.
Jefferson Pierce made his choice. He hung up the suit and his secret identity years ago.
Is this a spin-off of the show My Secret Identity?
No. Nor is it a spin-off of Suits. You might have thought, oh, he hung up the suit. This is one of the suits.
I like to think all TV shows exist in the Suits universe.
The Suitsiverse.
Yeah. So like it goes without saying that everything from 911 to Alex Inc. takes place in the Suitsiverse, if you ask me.
He hung up the suit and his secret identity years ago, but with one daughter hell-bent on justice and the other, a star student, being recruited by a local gang, he'll be pulled back into the fight as the wanted vigilante and DC legend Black Lightning.
Tom, can I ask you a question?
And look at how cool he is.
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of him right now.
Yeah, he can control lightning.
And it's a black guy.
Yeah.
Now, here's what I have to ask you as a comic book fan, and I want you to take the fall. Why is it that every time I see a black man or woman, let's not kid ourselves, there's never been a black woman in a superhero movie, except for Halle Berry in Catwoman.
Well, there's about to be a bunch in Black Panther.
Yeah, but why? This brings me to my question.
Why does every black superhero have the word black in their title?
Yeah, why do they have to do that?
I don't know.
Why don't we just make them, regular superheroes without pointing out the fact that, and check it out, they're black too. In case that's not clear, we'll call you.
There are a handful of non-black heroes that still have black in their name. Like Black Adam isn't black.
Well, that's just weird.
Right.
Because it's not even like,
I mean, his name is Adam, I think.
Yeah.
So that's just like a confusing one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There is actually an article, I think it was in like a Vulture or something like that I've saved that I haven't read yet. No, actually, I don't think it was. I forget where it was. But
if you find out what publication it is, please get back to me.
And it was in relation to this, which was a different question, which I feel like is actually like a potentially more interesting question, because I think the simple answer is just like, oh, when a lot of these characters were created in the 60s and 70s, it was just like, let's be overt as possible. Like, let's let everybody know there's a black guy and here's his name, Black something. But a bunch of black superheroes in comics have electricity powers, and there was an article about like how that happened, why that came about, because that I have no idea why.
What does this have to do with?
Because he's Black Lightning, he has electric powers.
Yeah, I mean that's electricity is scary.
Yeah, but
if you can harness electricity, you win.
But there's like out of like all the powers, for some reason there's more black superheroes that have electrical powers than anything else. Storm, Halle Berry, your favorite.
Halle Berry, yeah.
Static Shock.
Static Shock?
Yeah.
My favorite superhero is Static Kling.
Yeah, he just rubs his feet on the carpet as he comes towards you, and then, just kidding, he's got a lot more powerful than that. Let's just leave it at that.
Let's keep plowing through these things. It's fall TV. I'm psyched. I'm excited.
And we're still in the bees.
Oh. The killer bees is what I say.
Hopefully not. Hopefully you don't say that. It's a very stupid thing to say. I going next or you going next?
You can go, because I'm already in the seas. Tom.
Oh, okay.
I'm one step ahead of you.
By the book. A modern-day man at a crossroads in his life decides to live according to the Bible, based on A.J. Jacobs' bestseller, The Year of Living Biblically.
Oh, okay.
I remember that. I didn't read that book, but I remember
that book
like,
existing.
somebody trying to go by, like, I forget what the examples were.
By the book, as it says.
By the book. But
now, it was my understanding that book was a little bit of thumb in the eye of religious folk who took things too literally, and it was
that was always my understanding. That was like, I'm gonna interpret all this literally.
Yeah,
and
it's like, you want to say man should not lie with man means like you can't care about gay people. Well, then I'm gonna
I just won't lie down next to a man.
Yeah, or no, but like he was just like, if you're gonna take it literally, I'm gonna take it literally and show you, right?
How ridiculous this is.
But it seems like if they make the jump to TV in the U.S., they have to be like, here's a guy living by God's word, right? Like what channel is it on?
And it works out great for him.
Yeah.
It is on CBS.
Yeah, so I feel like he's like, he does unto others and is giving.
Yeah. I have a feeling that...
And he's rewarded with a place in the kingdom of God.
Yeah, or it's going to be like he misinterprets things comically, but in the end he learns a lesson.
Ooh, yeah.
That was like the actual lesson the Bible was trying to teach.
Now, is this a spinoff
Don't eat ham or whatever.
Of Ellen, where her bookstore was called Buy the Book, but it was called B-U-Y the Book?
I don't think it is.
Because they sold books and they wanted you to buy it. I never understood it until years after Ellen was off the air.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember why it popped into my head, but I was like, Buy the Book, the name of Ellen Morgan, her character's bookstore, is a pun, and a fun one at that. A fun pun.
Okay.
Is this a
not,
no.
It's not. I mean, it doesn't say. It might be, but...
Okay. I imagine it probably is.
All right. What's your next TV show?
Champions on NBC, starring Anders Holm, Andy Favreau. You know who he is?
Jon Favreau's brother.
The all these shows have podcast connections, baby. The Jon Favreau.
The Pod Save the People or Pod Save the America.
And Mindy Kaling is recurring on it. She's not gonna show up every episode.
Well, she's pregnant right now, Tim. This
is a single camera comedy, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
It follows this guy Vince, Vinny Chase, I think is his name, a charismatic gym owner with no ambition who lives with his younger brother Michael, a gorgeous idiot. Wow, I like these characters already. The simple life of women and working out is put on hold when the teenage son of Vince is dropped off on their doorstep by Priya, played by Mindy Kaling, one of his old high school flings. Classic 2 Men and a Baby situation.
Yeah. And is Turtle in it too? Or
yeah.
E?
Yeah, all of them. The whole gang.
Well, how come they aren't mentioning the synopsis?
I said Johnny Drama earlier.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he plays the kid.
Oh, that's great. You know, he's always getting cast in wacky roles that he's not suited for.
Man, I miss those boys.
It would be fun. Man, what a a terrible show, Entourage. But it would be an insane thing if they were like, we're going to have a TV show that's, going to have however many episodes, like a real TV show, but it's set in the world of Entourage, and it has those characters playing roles in the show.
Yeah.
That's never been done. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, or like...
I'd like to see it. I'd like to watch 5 minutes of it. And be like, wow, that's weird. I can't believe they made that.
I wouldn't want to watch the first 5 minutes. I'd want to watch 5 minutes of like episode 11.
In season
like,
13.
Yeah, once it's gotten going. Because I think those guys could make something good.
They're always concocting schemes.
Yeah.
And things always seem to work out in the end, so...
I'd like to watch, I think they should start a radio station and actually have the cast of News Radio be the on-air talent.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, I don't think there's enough money in radio to do that now.
Maybe. I don't know.
The next show I have, Tim, is called The Crossing. And guess what? Steve Zahn's back, baby.
Steve Zahn, the most underrated actor in American history, in modern American history.
Why do you say that?
He's charming in everything he does. Yeah. He's certainly better than Johnny Depp.
You think he's ever like before making love to somebody, he ever says,
"I'm listening."
Looks like the Steve Zahn, like
Soup Zahn,
like Soup Zahn, but like his name sounds like on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but like he's on like
he's on fire. He's, maybe he's naked.
Yeah, well, maybe he does that when
Looks like the Steve's on.
when he's hit a few 3-pointers in a row at his pickup basketball games.
Then he might say it. Looks like
Oh,
the
Steve's on.
Yeah.
Right? And then they're like, "Are you just saying your name?" Oh, you're referring to yourself in the third person and saying that you're on.
Yeah. Oh, I was confused because I thought you only said that before making love.
Yeah. Because he also makes love to everybody that he plays basketball with.
Refugees from a war-torn country start showing up to seek asylum in an American town. Only the country these people are from is America. What?
Oh, boy.
And the war they're fleeing is 250 years in the future.
Oh.
The local sheriff, with a past, a federal agent, and a mother in search of her missing refugee daughter drive this allegory with a surprising conspiracy at the center.
Whoa,
This
has
seems
too much going on.
Too complicated.
Here's the thing.
And also, like, if you, I'll show you right now. I mean, that's not 250 years in the future.
No, it's a regular police station.
Yeah, all the pictures, like, here's somebody with a gun. That's not like a ray gun or anything. That's just a regular old shotgun.
Tom, you make fun of me a lot for saying that I would like to see a Harry Potter book or movie where
where nothing happens.
Where nothing evil happens.
Right.
Where, like, it's just a semester at Hogwarts. Because, like, that's such, like...
I know, but that's also one of the reasons why those books are so big. Because they're, like... big
Shut up for 1 second.
Big in size, a lot of pages, because they're telling the story of what happens
They're not.
normally.
I read that first one, and as soon as he gets
First
there...
one's the shortest.
As soon as he gets there, there's trouble afoot. And it's like, let me learn about Hogwarts for a second before you change the way that Hogwarts... Like,
Oh, this is the best way to learn.
But I think the Steve Zahn show is going to suffer from that. Like, if you're setting it 250 years in the future,
Yeah.
and, like, you're setting up, like, there was some, like, war in America or whatever, don't also make the protagonist have, like, a mysterious past
Right.
or whatever. Like, let us learn about this crazy world before you're like, and also, like...
I also feel like, based on the fact that all the costumes and everything look, normal, they look like current day costumes, that this is going to be like, they're going to put this as like a twist in the pilot,
Oh.
And it's going to be like, well, no, it's not a twist. Like, all the marketing tells me the show takes place in the future.
Yeah. I
And,
mean, you are getting preemptively mad at a twist that you assume might come.
I'm not getting mad. I'm predicting.
Tom, you're right. You got a vein bulging out of your forehead.
That's always there.
Yeah, you should see somebody about that.
It's where I get all of my injections done.
Nice.
Steroids.
That's why you're always so angry at Steve
why I'm
Zahn TV shows.
Well, that's why I'm always so angry at him, but it's also why I'm stronger than him.
You want to talk about Deception?
Sure. It looks stupid.
It's got
Oh, it doesn't look stupid. I read the 7th word in.
it's got Jack Cutmore Scott, Ilfinish Hedera.
Hey, Jack, Cutmore Scott.
Yeah. I haven't heard of any of these people, and that's not saying that they're bad people.
No.
I just don't know who they are. But guess what? David Nutter is one of the producers. He's also the director.
Well, and Greg Berlanti is one of the producers, and he produces all my superhero shows.
Wow.
I
So
like to
you want to
watch.
explain what Deception is?
When his career is ruined by scandal, superstar magician Cameron Black
Sorry, that's it. Well, whatever happens.
I'm in. Has only one place to return to practice his art of deception, illusion, and influence: the FBI. He'll become the world's first consulting illusionist, helping the government solve crimes that defy explanation and trap criminals and spies by using deception.
This is amazing.
100%
You know what?
in.
The only thing I hope, Tom, is that they're realistic with the illusions. I don't want this
Yeah.
to be a now you see me situation.
Right.
Where it's like,
don't get me
we do
started.
it. And like, show us how you're setting up the tricks.
Yeah.
Come on, Jack Cutmore
But this is
Scott.
basically, it's Castle, but with a magician instead of an author.
I don't know what Castle is. Ooh, look at the second. He's got cards. He's a magician.
Yeah,
Tom.
that's how they prove it.
Yeah.
Castle, the guy's like a crime thriller writer,
Ah.
and he gets embedded in
Like Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, kind of like Murder, She Wrote.
except they've deputized, or he's an
Yeah,
official guy.
And it sounds like that's the thing with this magician. I mean, I can't imagine how many cases, fall down to magic tricks being used.
And also, like, his whole job seems like entrapment.
Yeah. Well, that's what it says. It's probably a lot of like, is this your card? And it's like, well, you entrapped me to make that my card. You forced the card on me.
That's what I always say.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm watching Penn and Teller's Fool Us.
Right.
My favorite CW show.
Entrapment. You're screaming at the TV.
You forced that card. This is entrapment.
How many episodes do you think this show ends with the guy going like, I guess that was his card? Or
probably all of them. Probably every episode.
Or at least something to that effect.
Yeah. A magician never... Well, like, it ends on like a
Oh, I
sexy
bet,
note,
yeah.
right? And the lady was like, hey, you got to tell me how you did that. And it's as they're falling into bed. He goes, the magician never reveals his secrets.
Yeah.
And then it fades to black. But we hear they're doing it. Yeah. Sex on the bed.
Yeah. Sex on the classic sex on the bed.
That old trope. You know what I like? You know what I think they should make next year?
What?
They should get Scott Adams, creator of Dilbert.
Uh-huh.
And he'll solve crimes using persuasion.
Oh, I thought using drawing comic strips.
No. He uses persuasion techniques, Tom.
So like a pickup artist.
Yeah. Scott Adams, the cartoonist that draws Dilbert, is all about like, I know how to persuade people of stuff. And he's like reinventing himself as like a political commentator.
Yeah.
But his angle is like, I'm going to use techniques used by ugly weirdos to try to trick women into having sex with them.
Right.
To talk about why certain people have like risen to power in politics.
Yeah. What's your point?
That's the show that I want to see. Except now he's using that instead of as a political commentator to solve crimes.
So he's persuading people into what? Telling them
He's
the crime?
No, he's entrapping them by
okay.
persuading them to do a crime.
Oh, to do the crime.
and then catching them in the act.
Yeah, and that's the perfect crime. And that's the name of the show. The Perfect Crime, starring
Dilbert.
Scott Adams.
Perfect Crime, starring Dogbert.
The next show I have on my list, I thought was already a show, Dynasty.
Tom.
I mean, I know it's a
it's
reboot.
an update.
But I thought the update already
It's
started
a modernized reboot. I don't care about this, Tom.
Yeah, I don't care either.
For the people, Tom. This is on ABC. This sounds like it's for us, for you, me, and everybody.
Yeah, we're the people.
Set in the Southern District of New York Federal Court, known as the Mother Court. I've been there. The drama follows attorneys for the prosecution and defense as they handle the most high-profile...
Tim, you're confused. You're talking about the court you went when you tried to divorce your parents. That was a mother court.
Yeah, it's Mother Court.
No.
That's why they found in favor of my mother.
Right.
Like, no, the fact that she...
Now, Tim, you
that
just went to the police
mischaracterized
station.
why you liked The Price is Right
Yeah.
is not enough for you to emancipate yourself when you're 12 years old.
Tim, that wasn't court. You just went to the local police station.
Pretty sure it's Mother Court. This show sounds like Law and Order. I don't need this. It's a Shonda Rhimes show. It's fine. Looks good.
What network is it on?
ABC.
Oh,
Always
yeah,
be
For the People.
Closing.
The next show I don't have much to say about either because it looks good. I want to see it. Ghosted, starring Adam Scott and Craig Robinson.
Yeah. Let's just say they sponsored this show, Tom.
A
Then we'll
cynical,
ask Fox for some money.
a cynical skeptic, Robinson, and a genius true believer, Scott, in the paranormal are recruited by the Bureau Underground to look into rampant, unexplained activity in Los Angeles, all while uncovering a larger mystery that could threaten the existence of the human race. It was basically Ghostbusters with two funny guys.
Yeah. Which is, look, the original Ghostbusters had two funny guys. And then the new Ghostbusters had four funny ladies. I think they were all funny, right?
Yeah.
Which one didn't you like, Tom?
I'm not a huge fan of Melissa McCarthy.
Really?
Yeah.
I think she's one of the best we got, Tom. One of the best comedic minds.
Well, she's like now probably like the biggest name in those movies.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Ghosted?
Yeah.
Yeah, seems fine.
Uh,
All I'm saying is Dan Aykroyd isn't funny. Has he
Right.
ever been funny?
yeah, Dan Aykroyd.
When was Dan Aykroyd
in
funny?
the
When he-
70s and 80s, he's very funny.
Well, name one role Dan Aykroyd was funny in, and he's fine. He's a good man. He's not really a good man, but
When on SNL, when he was the guy selling bag of glass.
okay, yep, you're right. He played a great scumbag back
Yeah.
in the day. Okay, great.
The next one is The Gifted on Fox. And before you think, what is this? A show about people, boys opening toys on their birthday? It's not.
It could be boys opening their toys on Christmas. Is this a Christmas themed show?
No, Tim, it's an X-Men themed show.
Oh, brother.
The series follows two ordinary parents.
No, nobody cares.
Who
You don't
discover
have to
their
keep
children
going. You don't
possess-
have to keep talking about this.
You don't even know what their children possess. You're not going to believe it when you hear it. Mutant powers. Forced to go on the run from a hostile government, the family joins up with an underground network of mutants and must fight to survive.
Nobody wants to watch
Everybody
this
wants
show,
to watch
Tom.
it. Tim, it's got X-Mans, it's got mutants, it's got powers.
It's got a blonde child looking very surprised in this picture.
What more could you want?
Yeah, I don't know. A lot. I like my mutants with their faces all melted like the Toxic Avenger.
Those are different types of mutants.
The way you were like, all right, but we all know.
Well, yeah, we do know.
Yeah, that's all. It's very fun to make jokes, but come on, Tim, you're spreading some dangerous ideas here.
Well, I mean, like Toxic Avenger, that's like a real mutant.
I call him Toxie.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you mean a real mutant? These
Like that could
X-Men,
happen to somebody. He fell in chemicals. If somebody falls
you
in
would
chemicals,
die.
no, you might get some powers.
Maybe if you have a mop,
Yeah.
beat Jeffrey Dahmer to death.
He wasn't beaten to death. He was stabbed with the mop.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know why?
I mean,
Because he tapped somebody on the shoulder and then pretend like he didn't.
that's not what
That
that's
is.
not how Jeffrey Dahmer. That's not why he was killed.
Yeah, what? He was
He was
a
killed
stinker.
because he was a pedophile cannibal.
Yeah, but he was also a stinker in jail, and that was the last straw.
So in your world,
We've talked about this on this show, Tom.
not that he tapped somebody and pretended he didn't do it and they killed him.
Yeah, that was the last straw for whoever killed him. It scared me off tapping people on the shoulder, pretending I didn't do it.
Well,
Good.
you're not a cannibal. You don't have to worry about it as much.
He also got a bum rap with that cannibal stuff. He ate like a little bit of one
Tim,
person just to
what
see
are
what
you-
it'd be like.
I had no idea you're such a Jeffrey Dahmer
I'm not an
apologist.
apologist. I
Look,
think
he was-
I told him to piss on his grave, Tom.
Yeah, but now you're trying to portray him as just a curious stinker.
No, but everybody's like, oh, he ate a whole bunch of people. No, he sampled one bit of one.
Yeah, like
person.
I said, a curious stinker.
It's a curious stinker. It's fine. I mean, it's fine. Look, he's dead. Everything worked out.
Yeah.
Good Girls on NBC, starring Retta and Mae Whitman and Matthew Lillard and Reno Wilson. Three Good Girls. God damn it! This TV.guide.com website keeps crashing.
I can read it. 3 good girls, suburban wives, and mothers suddenly find themselves in desperate circumstances and decide to stop playing it safe and risk everything to take their power back. That's a very vague scenario. What's the desperate circumstances?
I don't know, but here's the thing.
And,
I'm intrigued.
and what do they risk?
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Because there's
Mid-season, though, so you're going to have to wait to find out
there's
more.
a pile of money on the table here.
Oh,
Tom.
yeah.
And there's two funny people in the picture,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
In the next one, there's
A bank robbery. It
a
looks
robbery. It looks like,
Like. Or maybe not a bank.
yeah,
Maybe
looks
like
maybe
a preschool or something.
yeah. Tom,
Mhm.
I'm on board.
We'll have to wait to find out more.
Yeah. Find out next week.
The Gospel of Kevin, a 1-hour dramedy.
How do we get screeners for these things? I'd watch these shows. Especially the Gospel of Kevin and that other one where the man lives by the Bible.
The 1-hour dramedy revolves around Kevin, so that means you're going to laugh and you're going to cry. A down on his luck man.
You don't always cry at a drama. Sometimes you just, sit stone-faced. I watch all dramas just sitting stone-faced.
Man, these shows, you know what, Tim? Network TV is realizing, I think, that they can't compete with the HBOs and Netflixes and Hulus and Amazons of the world, and they're doubling down on certain things because this show, 1-hour dramedy revolves around Kevin, a down on his luck man who is tasked by God with a mission to save the world.
I mean, that was like Joan of Arcadia, right? Is that the name of that show?
Yeah, I didn't watch that show though.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't want everybody trying to out-gritty each other.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want God to tell
Give a man a mission.
Yeah. That's what my life is like.
I would be more...
I like to see my life reflected on network television.
I would be more interested in a show like that if it had... I'm trying to think of what show was like this. At the beginning and end of every show, it's him sitting down with God.
Oh, really?
No, that's what I would like. See, you perked up.
Yeah, I did.
If I was pitching the show, I'd be like, and get this. Unlike those other shows where it's real vague, now our show's got God in it.
Let me ask you this, Tom. Do you get the real God?
If you can.
That might be an expensive show to produce.
If he's available.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's in anything.
Check his
I think he's set this pilot season out.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can meet his price, I highly recommend getting God in your production.
Yeah.
For no
other reason than marketing.
With starring John whatever as Kevin, and God as himself.
And then you capitalize the H in himself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you gotta.
Yeah. But then, boy, that's gonna, people are gonna be interested in seeing what God looks like, and they're gonna watch your TV show.
You know what? It would take balls, but I got them. I think I'm gonna, if your show goes into production, I think I'm gonna read for the role of God.
My show? This isn't my show. I think you're very...
No, the one that you're pitching where God, where he talks to God
in the show.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'd like to play God, and even if God's, and then
we can say God as himself.
Yeah, but starring Tim as God, as himself with the capital.
Right. It's gonna have to wait till I.
And I'll just go by one name like God does, Tim.
I'm gonna have to wait until I can pitch the Gospel of Kevin reboot. The next show, Instinct.
Instinct. Okay.
On CBS. It's got Alex Cumming, a former CIA operative.
I'll be Alex Going. Thank you very much. Another CIA
show.
Shut
the hell up. A former CIA operative who has since built a normal, quote-unquote, life as a gifted professor and writer is pulled back into his old life.
Quote-unquote, life?
Normal.
Oh, the quotes are around
quote, normal, unquote.
Okay.
He's pulled back into his old life when the NYPD needs his help to stop a serial killer on the loose.
Enough.
Based on James Patterson's upcoming book.
Well, now I'm Kevin Cumming again.
All right. L.A. to Vegas, mid-season. Set on the Friday night flight from LAX to Vegas and the returning flight on Sunday, it follows a group of underdogs.
Oh, this is I'm not going to want to watch
trying to
show.
find their place in the world, who all share the same goal, to come back a winner in the casino of life. Guess
this
which
happens
network?
Every week?
Guess which network this show's on?
Fox, baby.
Yeah, it's on Fox. Of course it's on Fox.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
I think this is going to have to be part one. I'm sure there will never be a.
Mark my words, there will never be a part 2.
Yeah,
of this.
sorry, TV executives with shows. You gotta run your show like they run the telephone booth and get
The telephone book, but you're right.
let me finish.
Maybe you should start more shows with hashtags. You ever think of that?
Run your TV show like a telephone booth. Have a telephone book in there and alphabetize them by,
Name of show.
Yeah. Well, by the name of the show. But the thing they're missing is if you want to get people like us to cover it, you got to name your show AAA Amazing Show or something.
Yeah, or hashtag AAA Amazing Show.
Or number 1 best show. What's another thing you could put in there?
Ampersand.
Well, you wouldn't need to put that at the end. But sometimes, I'm trying to remember an example of this. You can put like a little more information in the title. Please rate and review. That's the name of the show. You can find our show at tcgt.com. Yeah, not to be confused with me and Tim's reboot of the Gospel of Kevin.
Yeah.
tcgt.com. You can email us at completeguideeverything@gmail.com. You can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/completeguide. You can follow us on Twitter at Complete Guide. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Tom Reynolds.
You follow me on this. It's at your pal Tim.
And if you want to support the show, you can support our sponsors. You can also check out tcgt.com/Amazon for your Amazon shopping. And you can check out tcgt.com/pledge for our Patreon with a bunch of fun things like bonus episodes and postcards and live hangouts. You name it, as long as it's one of those things, it's in there. Tim, what's the
scuttlebutt?
What show are you excited that's coming back? Maybe
Kevin can wait.
Tim sure can't for it to return.
Right.
Yeah.
It's got a song by the understudy of Billy Joel. It's a theme song.
Oh, it
well,
does.
Not the understudy. The guy that reherses with them. The guy from Big Shot.
Yeah. The Big Shot from Big Shot.
The Big Shot himself.
Yeah.
And this is how the theme song goes. Well, you had to be a big shot, dude. Yeah. What about you, Tom?
I was not aware that the guy from Big Shot wrote his own songs.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and they just all sound like Billy Joel?
Yeah.
Can he do Billy Joel songs in different eras? Why would you get a guy from a Billy Joel cover band? I mean, I get that now he's like in Billy Joel's band and everything great. He's got the rock star Mark Wahlberg thing going. Great for him. Don't have him write your TV show theme.
That's fine.
Get Billy Joel to do it.
You know how much you'd have to pay Billy Joel to do it? Billy Joel tweeted about it.
It's worth it. It's worth it. Billy Joel doesn't tweet for himself, first off, and you know that.
Yeah. He doesn't pretend to, though. It's always like, Billy Joel said this.
I'm pretty sure it's the Big Shot guy tweeting for BJ.
Hey, not a bad gig.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What were you going to say? If what?
If you can get it.
See you next week.
That was a HeadGum podcast.